sucking wind. I can feel it in my 50-year-old hips. Man, it's cool though. I don't know if going down is harder than going up actually. Alright, so we can't get down this way. We have to go all the way back and come around. I think the way we came down is just too steep. Damn it. It's gonna double our time to get back. But it is what it is because it's straight up.
Life offers no guarantees, but the one thing we've learned for sure is that the time we have is indeed precious. The more time we spend with family, friends, and with nature can make the difference between living a good life and living a great one. Join us on our quest to be participants rather than observers, to learn from our mistakes, to share our successes and our failures, as we spend all of the time we have chasing our dreams, fueling our passion, and fueling the fire in the great outdoors.
Alright, here we go. Landing in Denver, Colorado, and just getting ready to jump on a plane. We're gonna go to Durango, and from there we're gonna get picked up by Danielle. We're gonna get ready to do some elk scouting. Hey folks, man, am I excited to be in Colorado. A couple of flights, well 3 flights and a couple of 1,000 kilometers of travel for me in the last couple of days to meet up with my newfound friend Elmer. Glad to meet you. Talked to him a few times. This guy shoots some amazing animals, and my longtime friend from Manitoulin Island, Danielle Austin. Man, Danielle and I go way back. We grew up together on the island, and she moved out to Colorado 21 years ago. So she's also works with the Department of Wildlife. And we're down here, Southern Ute, and it's the Southern Ute tribe.
Southern Ute, yes.
And we're out. We're gonna do some target practice. We got a couple of days before first rifle opens, and we're down here hunting elk. Now we actually heard some elk bugling at the range. Probably not a good idea for those elk, but they're lucky because the season doesn't open for a couple of days. Now, we've got a couple of targets set up. We've got 100 yards. This thing goes for 500 yards. So these guys have got the targets set up. We're gonna shoot some guns and make sure that everything is ready to go for opening day on Saturday.
You can tell Danielle's. See where they're copper?
Yeah.
And then that was the one I shot. And then the first one was high.
My levels the same. So that was my first shot. So I held over here.
All right, so Danielle and I are heading into the mountains. I guess we're going towards Silverton. We're gonna look for a spot where we're gonna set up the camper, I guess. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
But man, this is crazy country. Like these red shale cliffs and deep valleys, and it's just awesome.
I just can't get over the gloriousness of those mountains. That is just crazy beautiful. All right, we're looking up some steep faces. Like, you can't even see it. You have to duck under the windowsill. That snow wasn't here last week. And it was chilly this morning, so. Yeah, there's this sweet spot, a honey hole, she says, of activity, tracks and signage. We might be hunting this place tomorrow, or Saturday. We're gonna keep on trucking. Wow, so this is actually one of the spots we're looking at as a campsite. And man, I'm just full of awe. Like it's awesome. This is a cool spot. But we're gonna head up a little bit further. We're gonna look at some other sites and see where we're gonna set up for the opener. A nice little 2.5-year-old bull and a cow. That's a good little bull.
He looks yummy.
She's huge. Like, she's as big as he is. They are not concerned with us. All right, here we go. My first morning in Colorado for an elk hunt. These guys are just gassing up, and then we're gonna head to a spot that we checked out the other day, and hopefully we get some bugling coming back. I'm not gonna lie, pretty stoked. All right, we're about to head up this mountain. This is a mountain. I've climbed some hills before, but not mountains. Ready to rock. That altitude. What are we at? In 9,000 feet? 8,000?
10,665.
10,665. And I can feel it in my chest. Crazy.
Here in a little bit, when that sun right there gets into here, it's not going to get on that much. You can tell where it warms up. Look at this. Look at the snow. Right. That's on the ground. So when it gets right here, those thermals, it's going to heat all that, and that's going to start icing. Okay. So when we get up there, then we'll be out of their way. And we can just kind of find some places. We'll go do the timber, and we'll just stop and rest and call. So Elmer spotted a big herd way up top of the ridge. There's probably about 30 animals in that group. It looks like we passed some hunters going straight up that hill about a mile, maybe a half a mile back. And all those elk are watching that way. So I don't know if they pushed them out or what happened, but we're going to keep an eye on them. So Elmer spotted a big herd way up top of the ridge. There's probably about 30 animals in that
So we're gonna head down the mountain and see if we can spot some animals on the way down. It's cold here in that shade. It's cold. That's the 200s going up there.
I can't get too loud on this call because it's just a single read. And the more air I put into it, the more it'll cut out or it'll get choppy and doesn't sound as good. But I've got another call that's a double read. And I can get a little more aggressive and get into like more of a growly elk sound. But it works. This is more just for cow calls.
This isn't even a hard hike and I'm sucking wind. I can feel it in my 50-year-old hips. Man, it's cool though. I don't know if going down is harder than going up actually. Well, this might be it. For my first Colorado hunt. You know, I threw my back out a week ago when I got here. And I actually didn't think I was going to be able to hunt. But I turned around and I was able to see some real awesome country and hang out with an old friend, Danielle. We grew up on the island together. Meet some new people, awesome people, and see some real cool country. Inspiring me to push myself a little bit harder. Get out there and see the big, wide, open spaces. Chasing animals, fueling my passion, fueling the fire and getting outdoors. Been an awesome week. Learned a lot, laughed a lot, cried a little bit. Just awesome. Hey folks, welcome back to the program. What an awesome opportunity it was for me to travel out west to Colorado to hang out with an old friend, one from Manitoulin Island, Danielle, and also meet some new friends. Now, the amount of preparation that we put into this, my first mountain hunt, was incredible. I worked out, I hiked up to 8 kilometers daily, and although I did all of that, lo and behold, I threw my back out on a goose hunt 2 days before I left. Now, I do have a bad back, so I had to really work to be able to make that second day. I actually missed the first day of hunt and travel from 9,000 feet of elevation up to that 12,000 feet. We had hunting pressure. We did have great weather, but we ran into some other hunters. It's a public land hunt, so you guys know how hard that is. Just not what you want to see when you hike all this way back in on the last day of your public land hunt. But that's public land hunting.
But we had a fantastic time. I learned a great deal about mountain hunting, about elk, and about the state of Colorado. Now, there wasn't a shortage of game. I didn't harvest an elk, but we did get into a couple of herds. We double punched one herd on the camera, so that was unfortunate, but we did get to see some shooter bulls, and I actually had a shot on a bull that went up over some hills, but it was a long shot and the animal was moving. Now, one of the things I noticed in terms of similarity was where the moose that we did see, where they hung out. It was actually surprising to me how much they weren't spooked by human contact. We would bump into these moose out in the field, and they didn't seem to care that we were there. I guess there's just not a whole lot of moose hunting pressure where we were hunting in Colorado, unlike where we are on Manitoulin and the surrounding area when we go up moose hunting, because they're skittish and they don't stay around for very long. Now, one of the things that was very exciting for me was running into mule deer. I had an opportunity when we were hunting a burn, which was very high, about 13,000 feet, that we ran into, and we basically walked into a couple of great muleys.
We snuck through this burn and we came across some muleys that were cutting across the top. And then a nice little, I guess they call them a 4-point. Would look to me like a nice buck. Danielle's like, maybe. There'd be no maybe for me if I saw that and I had a buck tag. But I've never shot a muley, nor have I shot an elk.
Those mule deer, I've just, they amaze me in terms of how their antlers grow and just how they're similar and how they're different from whitetails. Now, Danielle still had a tag, and so did her friend Steph. Both of them have fantastic jobs working in wildlife management, and part of Danielle's job is to provide for the Southern Ute tribe in terms of their food sovereignty and their food security program, getting meat for elders and what have you. They manage their herds very effectively, and in order to do that, Danielle takes a lot of pride in her rifle and being able to actually be a sniper when it comes to harvesting game. And that's exactly what she and Steph set out to do when they went to fill their late season mule deer tags.
So it's day 4 on our hunt out of 5, and we saw this guy. He looked pretty yummy, so I thought I'd take him. Nature's bounty. Feel your fire, feel your passion, and get outdoors.
Fuel your fire, fuel your passion, and get outdoors.
Yeah.
That was just fantastic shooting by those girls. It's do-it-yourself hunting at its best. They were out for 4 days, remember, of snow hunting muley bucks. And it was getting down to the wire, and they weren't gonna pass up any opportunity that they had on great eater animals, and in my books, trophy animals as far as I'm concerned. So kudos to them. I had a fantastic time in Southern Ute in Colorado. Hats off to the wildlife management systems there. And again, my friend Danielle and her friends Elmer and Stephanie. As always, we're going to be out there fueling our passion, fueling the fire, and getting outdoors. We'll see you next week.